I hold in my hands a book authored by one of our residents and a member of our community of faith. It's a book of inspirational poems written by Lorene Pruitt. Lorene, will you come? When did you start writing poetry?
When I was about 42 years old, a couple years ago.
Was there an event or an experience that kind of motivated you or moved you to put your thoughts into words and on paper?
There certainly was. My husband was an alcoholic, and 6 years into the marriage, he was diagnosed paranoia schizophrenia. So life was hard. It was like a roller coaster, up and down. And one day it crashed, breaking my heart. And I didn't know how I was ever going to survive, but that was the first poem that God ever gave to me. And it came in the form of a song, too. And I titled it Impossible. So as I was weeping that day and feeling sorry for myself, the words came to me with a melody. It's just impossible to express my love to him. It's just impossible to explain the peace within or the joy I know because he loves me so. It's just impossible. It's just impossible to explain. And I thank God today for his mercy and his grace, which kept our marriage together for 58 and a half years. And then God took him home. And I look forward to that day when I see him again and he has a sound mind.
What a gift. What has writing poetry meant to you over the years?
Well, many of my poems in the early days came after a crisis, and they took the sting out of the hurt, and I found great joy, made it all worthwhile.
You know, you have your book in your hands, and I'd like you to share a couple of your favorite poems with our church family. Would you do that?
Well, I will share a couple poems. My favorites are pretty long, but I picked two. One is entitled Aging with Style and Grace. I don't know what goes on in my mind, in my brain. From day to day, it's never the same. One day I'm up and ready to go. The next day I'm down and hardly know how to perform the simplest task. Your microphone's getting in my way.
Like this. How's that?
How to perform the simplest task. Why do I feel like this, I ask. I look in the mirror and see wrinkles and hair growing gray. It's a process that continues day to day. Something new is taking place. I'm calling it aging with style and grace. Another poem I wrote after reading scripture, I titled Gladness of Heart. I am so happy with my lot today because he chose me to walk in this way. Paths may be filled with heartache and pain, but just look at all I have to gain. Patience and kindness and godliness too. I'll be more like Jesus when he is through. My God, he does it all for me. He lifts my heart and sets me free.
Lorene, thank you so much. We're grateful. And if you want to pick up a copy of that book of poems, I have one. You can just talk to her.
I have several to sell.
Great.